The majority of Russian migrants are natives of former Soviet republics who came to Russia to make a living. Many of them have already succeeded in obtaining Russian citizenship, which has turned from a desirable advantage into a risk factor.
As long as this dictatorship exists, the screws will be tightened and everything will be destroyed, the ground will be cleansed. The form this will take may be partial mobilization, general mobilization, new laws that will allow the drafting of disabled people, anyone else.
In May, Putin signed a decree on a simplified procedure to obtain Russian citizenship for foreigners who have signed a contract with the Defense Ministry and are fighting in Ukraine. According to the migrants themselves, the authorities put pressure on them to obtain Russian citizenship by all means.
The authorities are trying to recruit everyone they can. They use both the carrot and the stick for this purpose. Some are taken away by force, others under the threat of criminal prosecution. People are also forced to sign a contract, and in exchange for citizenship they try to persuade migrants to join the armed forces.
35-year-old Behrus is a native of Tajikistan. 6 months before the Russian invasion of Ukraine, he obtained Russian citizenship, and a few days ago he received a summons. Now the man is going to leave Russia as soon as possible.
They showed a summons right through the door. I'm gonna finish my work and then I'm gonna leave. Maybe at the end of this week, maybe next week. I definitely don't want to go to any war. I don't want to live like this anymore. Every time you go to the subway, you wonder if someone's standing there or not, and if you're going to work or to the military enlistment office. All this makes you nervous all the time. I came here to live and work, not to die. Behrus, Russian resident, in an interview with the publication Sever Reali.
Managers of enterprises in different sectors of the Russian economy are complaining about the shortage of manpower. In July 2023, 42% of industrial enterprises faced labor shortages. Human rights activists say that one of the reasons for the crisis is the low legal guarantees for migrants in Russia, especially those arriving from Asian countries.
The possibility of easily getting into the army when a person finds himself in the wrong place, at the wrong time, with the wrong employer and goes to war in Ukraine. Criminal prosecutions and extortion of money also influence the desire of many migrants to come to Russia. According to statements by the Russian authorities, there is a significant shortage not only in the number of people in the army, but also in the total labor force in the country.
At least 39,500 Russian servicemen have been killed since the beginning of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. This is the data collected by journalists from the open sources. The real number is most likely much higher, and the most funerals come to the Sverdlovsk and Chelyabinsk regions, as well as Bashkiria and Buryatia. Reported by Anna Nichenko, Victoria Smirnova, UATV.